Kyiv focused on the production of drones and missiles, Ukrainian Defense Minister Rustem Umerov said at the International Forum of Defense Industries, and soon he intends to announce his own missile program. Earlier, Volodymyr Zelensky said that Ukraine has already created its own ballistic missile.
Only 10 years ago, about 30 enterprises were engaged in the development and production of drones in Ukraine, and in general, the army purchased products from 5 to 7 companies. Now their number has increased to 200. Ukrainian unmanned aerial systems hit critical enemy targets on the Kola Peninsula, and sea drones destroy ships of the Russian Black Sea Fleet at distances of up to 950 kilometers. The next step is the development of a missile program and the creation of our own missile with a range of about 700 kilometers. From a joint article by the first Vice President of the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine, Volodymyr Ghrbulin, and the Director of the Center for Army, Conversion and Disarmament Studies, Valentin Badrak, for Liganet.
For now, drones remain the main means of long-range destruction for the Ukrainian Defense Forces. On October 4th, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported that they had hit a fuel and lubricants base in the Voronezh region of Russia, and on the night of October 3rd, drones attacked an airfield in the same region.
I would like to thank all the soldiers of the Special Operations Center A of the Security Forces of Ukraine, all those who demilitarize Russian military facilities, especially for hitting Russian military airfields. This is what is most needed. Every destroyed Russian military base, every destroyed Russian aircraft base, every destroyed warehouse with aerial bombs. This is saving the lives of Ukrainians. This is real support for the front. We will convince our partners that our drones alone are not enough. More decisive steps are needed.
Kyiv continues to insist that the ability to strike Russian territory with weapons provided by its allies is necessary for successful defense and to protect civilians from Russian military shelling. Permission from the West to strike targets on Russian territory would give Ukraine the ability to hit 261 military facilities of the aggressor country.
One of Russia's greatest advantages in the conflict is its ability to massively move troops from safe areas deep into its territory. If this advantage were compromised, it would significantly hinder Russian operations and increase Ukraine's chances of capturing operationally important territories. George Barras, head of ISW Geodata Group, in a comment to Der Spiegel.
Each country must decide for itself whether or not to allow Ukraine to attack targets on Russian territory with Western weapons. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte announced that this topic would be discussed at a meeting of the contact group on Ukraine's defense.
Ukraine obviously has a right to defend itself, and international law is on Ukraine's side in this. And that means that this right doesn't end at the borders. Russia is waging this illegal war, and that means that destroying Russian fighters and missiles before they can be used against Ukrainian civilian infrastructure can help in this. At the same time, each member of the alliance decides for himself how to support Ukraine, and some issues, let's say restrictions, do not depend on NATO. They depend on each country individually. Mark Rutte, Secretary General of NATO, during his visit to Kyiv.
For now, Ukraine can only use American weapons to attack targets in Russian border areas. Washington gave the go-ahead for such strikes at the end of May 2024. This decision was necessary to protect civilians in the Kharkiv and Sumy regions from daily Russian shelling. But such limited measures are not enough. Military analysts say that in the context of a constant shortage of air defense systems, defeating fighter jets inside Russia will be one of the best ways to protect Ukrainian cities from Russian air terror. Reported by Serhiy Kulyas, Valeria Nekapelova, UATV News.